hop, 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 hop. Oh, hello there. I'm practicing hopping on one foot.
It's time to play Journey to Ernie, where Ernie hides and Big Bird seeks.
Oh, I love Journey to Ernie.
Hey guys, I decided to participate in the Ludum Dare Game Jam. So this video is going to be a lot different than the devlogs. So yeah, the whole thing was to make a game in 48 hours was the compo challenge and 72 hours was the jam challenge. So those are my votes if you want to pause and look at them. I found out about the challenge because of Sean Spalding. I don't know if you guys know him, but I've been following him for a really long time, and it kind of just popped up his live stream doing the game jam. So I decided, hey, maybe I'll give it a shot.
Ready or not, here we come. Whoa! Whoa! Hey, how do you stop this thing?
So this is me quickly here. You kind of saw it in the beginning, making the start menu. So for this game that I made in 72 hours, did I make all of the parts of it from scratch? No. So because of the jam, you could use your own artwork and your own code. Heck, you could even actually use some other people's artwork and code, but I just used my own code from the game that I'm working on right now, which if you've seen my other videos, you would then be familiar with. So yeah, I kind of used that as a bit of a base template to give me a little bit of a head start. And the theme of the jam was limited space. So I thought I would take that and take what I had in Dead Standing and create Castle Saver. So this is just me right now working on the main menu. I had all of these thoughts of like maybe a farming game or some like warehouse game, or a lot of my ideas kind of kept coming back to like shipping and packaging and inventory management, which I don't know, by the end I kind of decided that wouldn't be a very fun game, right? Like people do that in life, right? You're like, well, I mean, other people do other things in games in life, but anyways, hopefully you're picking up what I'm laying down. But yeah, so I decided to kind of go for this shooting hack and slash, turret defense survival type of game, and just the challenge to the player would then be limited space, right? So to kind of make it a bit of a tight area that the player would then have to navigate and gather resources, and it would be more constricting. So this is me right now just like fiddling with all the menu buttons. You can see a little bit there of the temporary gameplay. I stayed up all night the first night during the jam. I did not sleep. So I only slept like the next day in the car ride briefly, and a little bit the next night. So yeah, it was a pretty crazy first 48 hours. The reason I went so hard was because I thought that the challenge was only 48 hours for the compo. So I was really trying to go for the 48 hours. But then I realized that I read inside the rules that you had to make everything from scratch within that 48 hours. So my game didn't meet that. And also I had a big issue trying to upload the game. So yeah, that was a bit of a huge bummer, and I spent all weekend trying to make the game in 48 hours, and by hour 48 I was struggling to upload it, and anyways, that turned out to be, meant to be. So anyways, this is me just doing, this is just a time lapse right now of the weapon selection screen. So yeah, this was pretty late in the morning. I had a lot of difficulty actually, with recording and giving footage for this video, because during the whole 48 hours, 72 hours, my focus was the game, and life was quite busy during this weekend too. Happened to be my father-in-law's birthday, and then my wife and I's anniversary. So yeah, that was pretty wild and a lot going on. So anyway, so yeah, so I had taken more screen recordings. Some of them saved and some of them didn't, and I could have possibly been doing some stream or something before, but anyways, this was my first jam, and I kind of wanted it to be more about the experience of doing the jam and creating a game in such a short time frame, and not so much for I guess the video. But anyways, I just thought I would take some videos here and there to kind of bring you guys along. So yeah, here are some of the sound effects that I made for the game. So yeah, this is when we traveled back. We went up north, obviously, to go then see my wife's father. So yeah, so this was kind of like a huge deal because at this point I hadn't slept all night. I had just made like all these sound effects. The game wasn't quite close to being done. Obviously, I just started, so it was only like less than 24 hours in. So this was kind of after this footage and a little bit, a little bit of time afterwards, I was sleeping. So that was like the first time I slept. And then, yeah, so this is me picking up the game once we got to my in-laws' place. So I was kind of just checking out and checking in where was the game at this point and what did I have left to add. And I had in the hotbar there a bunch of the test items, and I was kind of thinking, what is it going to take to put the final polish on this and start trying to tweak some things and check for kind of some bugs. Now that I had the menu done and this little room done and some enemies spawning in and some items that you could use, I wanted to get to the point where that the idea of them spawning in was kind of fleshed out a little bit more. Things were balanced. Things made sense. What did you start off with? Was it easy? Was it hard? The kind of the speed and how fast things ramped up or broke. And so yeah, there was kind of a lot of testing that came in. And then I realized that, I hadn't even had a game over screen yet. So I had to work on like the player death animation. And here right now in the footage, I'm working on the castle collapsing animation. So yeah, I thought this would be kind of some little cool bit to show you guys. So yeah, during this whole jam, I did so much artwork. I did so much coding. I know that the game does look a lot like the other game I'm working on right now, but the amount of work that I did put into this behind the scenes of like all the different arts, like even the player has the new sprites. The list goes on. I mean, honestly, a lot of it's a blur, right? But the thing is with my game right now, I just wanted to, I just keep putting things into it because I want it to be really good. And I want everything to kind of come together at a good pace and spend more time on things. With this, I needed the final idea. So I had to kind of skip over things or just accept things the way they are. Or, as for the building system, for instance, like I just only put in, I made it really simple. Whereas with my game, I hope to make it a little bit more complicated, just as an example. So yeah, so this was the night then of the compo submissions. So I made this post being like, I failed because I was so low, I was so down. I had just like stayed awake essentially for 48 hours making this game, pouring my heart into it, and then I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to upload a game. I know that might sound really surprising to some of you guys, but I've worked on Game Maker and other platforms or studios, I guess, making games for a long time, but to go through the point of publishing them and spreading them or putting them online or getting other people to play them, it's just something I've never done. I just always kind of have done this as a hobby. So yeah, I had a big struggle. I had a big panic, a lot of stress, and unfortunately at the end of it, I couldn't get it posted. And then somebody, suggested posting it for the jam, and I didn't want to give up. And so I thought, yeah, I'll post it for the jam. And the more that I looked into it and everything like that, then it made sense because of the rules of the jam, right? So anyways, went over that earlier. So yeah, now this is us coming back. So I went back to the city because it was our anniversary, and you can see here my Ludum Dare submission for the game jam. I had another issue. I finally got it to work, and the resolution wasn't quite what I hoped for. So the screen was really small, and I don't know. I think there was some pixel interpolation, meaning that it was kind of blending some of the colors, and it wasn't really exactly as crisp as it was when I was playing it as a test on a virtual machine in my computer. So yeah, that was too bad. But at this point, it was my wife and I's anniversary, and I thought, well, it's good enough, and I did it, and I felt pretty happy about it. So was I successful? Sure. Was I the most happy about it? Not exactly. But here's some cute pictures of all of us, in our dinner. And now for a bit of a trailer. So yeah, here's just some extra footage of some gameplay. I won't show you guys too much. You're more than welcome, actually, to go check it out, whether you want to on the Ludum Dare page. I don't suggest that. I'll leave in the description a link to go play it on itch.io, or you can just head over to itch.io yourselves and type in Castle Saver, and it should pop up. You should see Moonbeam, and yeah. So I'll just kind of put some text up on the screen right now of what to type in to Google, essentially. And yeah, you guys should find it there. If anybody has any issues or wants to comment or give feedbacks, feel free to do it here on this video below or on itch.io itself. I really hope you guys have fun playing the game. And like I said, it does look a lot like my other game, but a little bit of the point of that is for you guys following along with that, this is going to be essentially a little bit of a prototype for the future of that game. So yeah, give it a shot if you're really interested and want to check it out. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and all of the support. It was the craziest 72-hour game dev experience of my life. Will I do it again? Maybe. Yeah, I'm really surprised that there's anything to show you guys. And yeah, so I did it. The stress is over. I feel like I'm still living in that place. So I am just thankful that it's over. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoy playing the game. Thank you. Bye.